Okay, so today I'm working on a Frigidaire dishwasher that's been sitting in a vacant for a long time. It hasn't been used, so it looks like I've got a stuck motor, but I'm just going to go through this real quick. I've got no water on the inside right now, and I know my control panel works, which these are very famous for control panels going out. This is very cheaply made, and these buttons will they'll feel like they're working, but they just won't do anything. So I know that's all working. And when I hit my start button, I can hear the water start to fill, and it will fill up. I'm going to let that fill to the end of that part, and then I'll come back in a couple minutes and check to see if it's running. Okay, coming back to this dishwasher, it's been a few minutes since it stopped filling. It is still on. I'm going to open it. The motor has not been running, and I've got water inside. So I'm assuming that the motor is stuck. I'm just going to put it through drain cycle real quick to make sure that that works. I'm going to hold that down for about 3 seconds. There it goes. It is starting to drain. I can go over to the disposal just to verify that it is draining out water. Okay, so I'm going to proceed to tear it apart and try to unstick the motor. So before I start tearing it apart, just want to go over a few things. Safety is most important. Dishwashers can collect sharp objects in the bottom, from pieces of bone to glass to even plastic that's sharp enough to cut your hand. So when you're digging down to the bottom, please beware of that. Also, when you hit the start cancel button, it is going to drain for about 90 seconds to pull out all the water, and even after all the water's gone, it's going to continue to pump for that 90 seconds. If you interrupt it by shutting off the power, it's going to return to that cycle before it'll let you do anything else. So it has to go through that full 90-second cycle before it'll start. So don't panic if you start it up and it runs for a little while just on the pump. Just give it a little bit of time, and then it should return to the ready status. As I go to tear this apart to get to that impeller, I just want to say that even though these Frigidaire appliances are just cheaply made and they're definitely having a lot of issues, they have been the easiest to tear apart so far. They definitely have made all of the appliances fairly easy to get to all the parts, which is a nice change instead of the opposite. So to pull this apart, power is off. I've got it off at the breaker and I've verified it. So I'm just going to hit this little tab here with my finger, pull back a little bit. That comes right off. And then you're going to remove this glass catcher, just pull up and out. You're going to rotate this piece right here 90 degrees, and that will come straight out. The screen will pop straight out. And then you have 3 screws holding this in. You've got one right here. I've got to get a star bit. So I'm going to pull these 3 out, and then we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I guess I spoke too soon about it being super easy to take apart. We've just got a Torx bit on there. So we are going to pull out this screw. Okay. And then there's one more right here that I have to stick my head in here to see. Okay, those 3 screws come out. I said those 3 screws come out. There's 2. Okay, and then this little debris catcher comes out like that. And then this is called the volute cover. It comes out like that. Okay, this little ball right here, do not lose it. It is the check valve, and it will not work without it. I had to use a fake eyeball one time to replace it because it was missing, believe it or not. And now we are at the impeller. So the impeller should spin freely, but it is not. It is completely stuck, and it's springing back. It should have a little bit of tension on it sometimes, but a lot of tension is not. So I actually just started working it with my finger, and now it is spinning. So when I turn this on, it should start working. So I'm going to go restore power and see what happens. Okay, good news. I've got it back on. It is filled up, and even though I don't have the pump all put together, it is spinning. You can see there was motion in there. And I've got another video showing this all disassembled with the latch in place, where you can see the whole thing running without the door being closed, if you want to see that. So I'm going to put it back together and then to give it a final test. All right, dishwasher is running again, so this has been a successful repair. It is doing what it's supposed to. All right, hope this helped you. Thanks for watching.